A refrigerator is a common household appliance that is used to cool and preserve food and beverages. It works based on the principles of thermodynamics, particularly the process of heat transfer. The primary goal of a refrigerator is to maintain a lower temperature inside its insulated compartment compared to the surrounding environment, thereby preventing the growth of bacteria and spoilage of food. Here's a basic explanation of how a refrigerator works. Cooling cycle. Refrigerators operate on a continuous cooling cycle, which involves the circulation of a refrigerant fluid through various components. The refrigerant used is typically a compound that can easily change between gas and liquid states at low temperatures. Components. A refrigerator consists of several key components: a compressor, a condenser, an evaporator, and an expansion valve. Compressor. The cycle begins with the compressor, which is usually located at the back of the refrigerator. The compressor's role is to compress the low-pressure, low-temperature gaseous refrigerant from the evaporator, raising its temperature and pressure. Condenser. The hot, high-pressure refrigerant gas then flows into the condenser coils, which are usually located on the back or underneath the refrigerator. In the condenser, the refrigerant releases heat to the surrounding environment, causing it to condense into a high-pressure liquid. Expansion valve. The high-pressure liquid refrigerant then passes through the expansion valve, also known as the throttling valve. This valve restricts the flow of refrigerant, causing a rapid decrease in pressure. As a result, the refrigerant expands and evaporates, transitioning into a low-pressure gas. Evaporator. The low-pressure refrigerant gas enters the evaporator coils, which are located inside the main compartment of the refrigerator. As the refrigerant evaporates, it absorbs heat from the interior of the fridge, causing the temperature inside to drop. This is the cooling effect you feel when you open the refrigerator door. Cycling and regulation. The entire cycle repeats in a continuous loop. The compressor continues to compress the low-pressure gas, sending it through the condenser to release heat, then through the expansion valve to lower pressure, and finally into the evaporator to absorb heat from the fridge's interior. Temperature regulation is achieved by controlling the duration and frequency of the compressor's operation. By effectively transferring heat from the interior of the refrigerator to the external environment, the cooling cycle maintains a consistently low temperature inside the fridge, helping to preserve the freshness of food and beverages. It's worth noting that while this explanation provides a general overview of how refrigerators work, there are different types and designs of refrigeration systems, including variations like freezer compartments, dual compressor systems, and more advanced technologies for improved energy efficiency and temperature control.